For the first time in years, there is no clear favorite. France have the deepest squad in the world and a crisis at the center of it. Spain play the most beautiful football on the planet and their best player just suffered a hamstring injury. England have the most talented generation in 60 years and 60 years of undelivered promises. Argentina have the defending champions and a 38-year-old playing his final tournament. Portugal have arguably the most balanced squad in the world and no World Cup to show for it. Every favorite has a fatal flaw. Every contender has a reason to believe. And 48 nations are about to play 104 matches across 3 countries to find out which one survives everything. These are the 5 favorites that can win the 2026 World Cup. And one wild card nobody really knows how to explain. Why this World Cup is different. The 2026 tournament is unlike any before it. 48 teams instead of 32. 3 host nations, USA, Canada, and Mexico, 104 matches. The largest World Cup in history. More matches means more upsets. More rest days between games means fitness matters differently. More teams from more continents means opponents that traditional favorites have never faced at this level. The defending champions are Argentina, but no team has successfully defended the World Cup in over 60 years. 3 of the last 4 defending champions were eliminated in the group stage. Messi himself, asked to name the favorites, listed 6 teams. 6. He didn't even name Argentina first. That tells you everything about how open this is. When the greatest player in the world isn't sure his own country will win the World Cup has never been this open. Team 1, France, don't ask you to admire them. They ask you to survive them. Mbappé at striker. Even in the most difficult season of his career, he finished as La Liga's leading scorer with 41 goals. Dembélé on the right, Ballon d'Or winner, the most dangerous creator in world football this season. Michael Olise through the middle, the Bundesliga's most complete attacking midfielder. Marcus Thuram leading the line. Camavinga and Tchouaméni in midfield, 2 of the 3 best defensive midfielders in the world. Saliba at the back, the best young center-back on the planet. France don't have a starting 11. They have an argument that ends discussions. Their depth is extraordinary. Their backup attack would start for most teams at this tournament. And they have done this before. 2018 winners. 2022 finalists. Deschamps' last tournament, he has confirmed he steps down after this World Cup. He will want to leave with the only trophy that matters. The Mbappé problem, the same player who won La Liga's Golden Boot, is the same player who was booed by his own fans at the Bernabeu. The same player who should be France's undisputed leader enters this tournament with a fractured public image, a trophyless season, and questions about his relationship with teammates that haven't been publicly resolved. Mbappé at his best is the most dangerous player on earth. Mbappé under psychological pressure is a different proposition. In the World Cup global scrutiny, the weight of an entire nation is the highest pressure environment in sport. France's fatal flaw is not tactical, it is psychological, and psychology doesn't show up in the squad depth chart. Team 2, Spain don't play football, they conduct it. Some teams attack you. Spain suffocate you. The Euro 2024 championess, the only team in the tournament's history to win every single match. 6 games, 6 wins. They beat Croatia, Italy, Germany, France, and England in succession. Not narrowly, convincingly. Lamine Yamal, 18 years old, ranked the best right winger in the world, 24 goals and 18 assists at Barcelona this season. Nico Williams on the left, unstoppable in direct duels, the best wide left player in Europe this year. Rodri in midfield, 2024 Ballon d'Or winner, Pedri beside him. Dani Olmo capable of playing anywhere in the front 6. Saliba's Arsenal teammate Mikel Merino providing steel in midfield. This is the most technically gifted squad at this tournament, and they know how to win tournaments. They proved it 2 years ago. Lamine Yamal suffered a hamstring injury in late April. He is expected to be available, but expected to be available at a World Cup is football's most dangerous phrase. If Yamal is not fully fit, Spain's most dangerous weapon is compromised before the tournament begins. Beyond the injury, this squad's greatest strength is also its vulnerability. Most of these players have never played a World Cup. Euro 2024 was extraordinary, but a World Cup is different in scale, intensity, and physical demands. Teams prepare differently for it. Opponents study you more deeply. The pressure is global, not continental. Spain play the most beautiful football in the world. The question is whether beautiful football survives the ugliness that the knockout rounds of a World Cup inevitably produce. Team 3 England identity pressure. England don't just carry their squad into tournaments. They carry 60 years, the most talented generation in English football since 1966. Harry Kane, 55 goals this season at Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga's all-time leading scorer. Jude Bellingham, one of the most complete midfielders on earth. Bukayo Saka, the Premier League's most consistent attacker. Declan Rice, elite defensive midfielder. Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, a manager in Thomas Tuchel who has won everything at club level and brings tactical intelligence England haven't had at a World Cup in years. On paper, England can beat anyone. Their depth at every position is extraordinary, 6 right backs competing for one spot. An attacking midfield pool that would be the envy of every other nation. This is the England squad that objectively should end 60 years of hurt. The weight of history. England have been here before. Gifted squads, talented managers, genuine expectations. Euro 2020 final. Euro 2024 final, the penalty shootout that goes wrong, the moment that costs them. The 60 years that refuses to end. The problem with England is not the players, it is what the players carry. Every match becomes a referendum on 60 years of failure. Every substitution becomes a national debate. Every mistake is viewed through the lens of a country that has been waiting since 1966. Cole Palmer has been battling a recurrent groin injury. Ben White's knee injury raises questions about England's defensive depth at right back. These are football problems, they are manageable. The 60 years is not a football problem. And it is not manageable by Thomas Tuchel. England will be there in the final stages. They always are. The question is the same question it has always been. Can they handle what happens when they get there? Team 4 Argentina identity emotion. Argentina don't play for trophies. They play for something that doesn't have a name. Something that sits between destiny, obsession, and the particular weight that comes from a country that loves football the way Argentina loves football. The defending champions, the 2021 and 2024 Copa America winners, 3 consecutive major tournament victories, the most successful international team of the last 4 years, and at the center of all of it. Lionel Messi, 38 years old, his 6th World Cup. Messi in 2022, 35 years old, scored 7 goals and 3 assists, the tournament's player of the award. He is older now. He plays in MLS. But his playing time has been carefully managed, and at the 2026 World Cup he will have the freshest legs he has had at any major tournament since his physical decline began. Alongside him, Lautaro Martinez, top scorer at the 2024 Copa America. Julian Alvarez, one of the most relentless pressing forwards in world football. Mac Allister, Enzo Fernandez. Emiliano Martinez in goal, the best goalkeeper at this tournament. Fatal flaw, one last dance. No team has defended the World Cup in over 60 years. 3 of the last 4 defending champions were eliminated in the group stage. The statistics of history are against Argentina before they kick a ball. Beyond the statistics, this squad has question marks that Qatar didn't. Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez, their 2 best defenders, are both carrying physical issues. Mac Allister and DePaul have not had brilliant club seasons. The fullback positions are exposed, and Messi himself, MLS is not the Champions League. His preparation has been optimized, but optimized preparation is still preparation at a level below what the other team's stars have been doing week in, week out, in the highest intensity football on earth. Argentina's greatest weapon, Messi, may also be their greatest vulnerability. The team is built around him. When he plays well, Argentina are unstoppable. When he doesn't or can't, who carries them? This is Argentina's last dance with this generation. The one last chance to do something that has never been done in over 6 decades. In football, emotion either lifts you or breaks you. Team 5 Portugal identity. Balance. Portugal are the most underrated team at this World Cup, and that may be exactly why they win it. No team has a more complete squad across all positions. Diogo Costa in goal. Ruben Dias, one of the 3 best center-backs in the world. Nuno Mendes, the best left-back in Europe this season. João Neves, Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, 3 elite midfielders who have orchestrated PSG's Champions League winning campaign. Bruno Fernandes, FWA Footballer of the Year, 8 goals and 20 assists this season at Manchester United, the highest assist total in Europe. Rafael Leo, Francisco Conceição, João Felix. And somewhere in all of that, Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years old, his last tournament, still scoring goals at Al Nassr, still demanding to be on the pitch. still capable in a single moment of changing everything. Portugal's starting 11 on current form competes with any squad at this tournament. Their depth is real. Their tactical options under Roberto Martinez are varied. Fatal flaw: the Ronaldo question. Portugal have never won a World Cup. They have never reached a World Cup final. Their best tournament finished third place in 1966, before most of this squad was born. The reason is not talent. Portugal have produced extraordinary talent for 30 years. The reason is the difficulty of balancing one of the greatest players in history with the needs of a collective system. Ronaldo at 41 is not the Ronaldo of Madrid or Juventus. He is a symbol, a leader, a goal scorer in the right moments, but building a tactical system around him costs flexibility. And at a World Cup where opponents study you specifically and where the knockout rounds require tactical adaptation, flexibility is everything. Roberto Martinez has built a system that is genuinely not dependent on any single player. The PSG trio of Nuno Mendes, João Neves, and Vitinha give Portugal a midfield that can control any game. For nearly 2 decades, Portugal have produced world-class players, but never a world champion team. The question is whether Portugal, in the pressure of a World Cup knockout match, will have the discipline to trust the system over the instinct to give Ronaldo the ball and hope. They have the talent to win this. They have always had the talent. The question is the same one it has always been. Wildcard: Brazil identity chaos. Brazil are not just another contender. Brazil are the country the World Cup always waits for. 5 stars on the shirt. The most iconic football nation in history. Pelé, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Neymar. Every World Cup feels incomplete until Brazil become part of the story. And in 2026, Brazil arrive with something dangerous: uncertainty. Vinicius Jr. gives them chaos on the left. Rafinha gives them intensity, pressing, and end product. Endrick gives them the future. Matheus Cunha gives them movement. Marquinhos gives them experience. And above all of it, Carlo Ancelotti gives them something Brazil have not always had in recent tournaments: calm. But the real story is Neymar. At 34 years old, after years of injuries, criticism, and doubts, Neymar is back in the Brazil squad. Not as the unstoppable young superstar from 2014. Not as the PSG icon who carried a nation's hopes alone, but as something different, the last piece of emotion in a team trying to become serious again. Brazil do not need Neymar to be the best player in the world anymore. They need him to be the player who remembers what Brazil is supposed to feel like. Fatal flaw: Neymar's body. Brazil's biggest question is not talent, it is trust. Can they trust Neymar's body for 7 games? Can they trust Vinicius to carry the attack if Neymar cannot? Can they trust a new tactical structure under Ancelotti to survive the emotional chaos of a World Cup? Neymar's return is beautiful, but it is also dangerous. Because if he is fit, Brazil suddenly have one of the most unpredictable attacks in the tournament. But if he breaks down, Brazil do not just lose a player. They lose the symbol that still connects this generation to the last great Brazilian dream. That is the problem with Brazil. They have enough talent to win the World Cup, but they also have enough emotion to collapse under the weight of it. Final prediction: the verdict: 5 favorites, 1 wild card. And the most open World Cup in a generation. Spain may play the most beautiful football, but France still looks the most terrifying. France have the depth, the experience, the quality in every position, and if Mbappé finds his best self under the biggest lights, a striker who can win a tournament on his own. Deschamps has been here before, his players have been here before. And the ghost of 2022, the final they lost on penalties, gives them a motivation that is different from ambition. It is closer to unfinished business. But here is the honest truth. In a tournament with 48 teams, 104 matches, and more potential upsets than any World Cup before it, the team that wins may not be the most talented. It will be the most resilient, the most adaptable. The team that, when everything goes wrong in the 87th minute of a quarterfinal, finds something that nobody could have predicted. That team might be France, it might be Spain. It might be England, finally, in the moment 60 years have been building toward. It might be Argentina, with Messi lifting the trophy he already holds, doing what no team has done in 6 decades. It might be Portugal, Bruno Fernandes driving them forward in a way that makes the whole world finally understand what this squad was capable of. Or maybe, in the most Brazilian way possible, it might be the team nobody could properly explain until it was already too late. Pick your side, the argument is open. And somewhere inside that chaos, football will create another immortal moment. The World Cup has never been this open. 5 favorites, 1 wild card, 1 World Cup. Tell me in the comments who wins it, and is Brazil the most dangerous wild card in the tournament? Subscribe to MIG Zone. Every week we go deeper than the headlines. See you in the next one.